This is the Sleep Story Temple, where sound becomes a bridge to silence. Tonight, we leave the lowlands and the heavy, crowded air of the waking world. We climb beyond the clouds to a remote Tibetan monastery, perched on a jagged, snow-capped peak. This is a story of resonance and the science of sound. Here, you will learn to let your racing thoughts vibrate, harmonize, and then dissolve completely. You will experience the deep, physical resonance of Himalayan singing bowls, the hypnotic warmth of 1,000 flickering butter lamps, and the rhythmic snapping of silk prayer flags carrying your worries into the thin, clear sky. Find your center. The mountain is waiting. You have left the lowlands far behind. The heavy, crowded air of the waking world is gone. The noise of the cities, the endless ticking of the clocks, the rushing of the crowds, all of it is beneath you now, hidden completely by a thick, unbroken blanket of silver clouds. You are standing on a narrow, ancient path carved directly into the living rock of the mountain. Look down at your feet. The stones beneath your boots are massive. They are weathered, smooth, and gray, polished by centuries of slow, deliberate footsteps. They are anchored deep into the earth. And so are you. Look out over the edge of the path. There is no dizzying drop to fear. There is only an ocean of soft, white clouds rolling gently in the twilight. It looks like a sea of spun glass and cotton, glowing with the last fading light of the sun. The world you know, the world of deadlines and demands, is buried under that soft white sea. It cannot reach you up here. Its voice cannot pierce the clouds. You are completely isolated, and you are entirely safe. Now, look up. The sky above is a color you rarely see in the waking world. It is the deep, flawless blue of a rich oil painting. It is turning to indigo at the edges, welcoming the night. Because you are so high up, the atmosphere is incredibly clear. There is no haze. There is no dust. There is only the pure, vast expanse of the stratosphere. Take a breath. Inhale. Notice the air. It is thin. It is crisp. It is freezing. But it does not bite. It feels like drinking a glass of pure, glacial water. It rushes into your lungs, cooling your chest, waking up the deepest corners of your body. Exhale. Watch your breath turn into a small, white cloud of mist that floats away on the wind. Because the air is thin here, you must change the way you move. You cannot run up this mountain. You cannot rush. If you try to move at the frantic pace of your daily life, the mountain will stop you. It forces you to surrender to a slower rhythm. Take a step forward. Your boots are heavy, lined with thick wool. Lift. Place. Feel the solid, unyielding rock beneath your sole. Now, the other foot. Lift. Place. Every single step requires your full attention. Every movement must be deliberate. This is a walking meditation. By forcing you to focus entirely on the placement of your feet, the mountain empties your mind of everything else. There is no room for yesterday's regrets. There is no oxygen to spare for tomorrow's anxieties. There is only this breath. There is only this stone. Inhale, step. Exhale, rest. Inhale, step. Exhale, settle. Your heart rate is slowing down to match the ancient geological time of the peak. The frantic beating of the day is smoothing out into a long, steady, rhythmic pulse. As you follow the winding path higher, you hear a new sound. It cuts through the vast, ringing silence of the altitude. Snap, flutter, snap. Strung across the path, anchored to the jagged rocks, are lines of silk prayer flags. They are old, their edges frayed by the high-altitude winds. They come in 5 colors, representing the elements: blue for the sky, white for the wind, red for the fire, green for the water, yellow for the earth. The wind catches them, whipping the fabric into a rhythmic, percussive snapping. Flutter. Snap. Rustle. In the tradition of this high place, the flags are not just decorations. They are printed with ancient words of peace, compassion, and release. And the wind does the reading. Every time the silk snaps in the breeze, it is believed that a prayer is released into the world. Every flutter is a letting go. As you walk beneath the colorful lines of silk, imagine that you are handing your own worries to the flags. Take the heaviness in your shoulders and give it to the blue silk. Watch the wind snap the fabric, tearing the tension away, carrying it off into the vast sky. Take the racing thoughts in your mind and give them to the white silk. Flutter. Snap. They are gone. Swept away over the sea of clouds. Take the knot of anxiety in your chest and give it to the red silk. Snap. It dissolves into the cold, pure air. You are becoming lighter with every step. The baggage you carried from the lowlands is being unpacked, piece by piece, by the wind. Your shoulders drop. Your jaw relaxes. Your eyes becomes soft and heavy. The twilight has fully deepened into night now. The indigo sky is pierced by the sharp, brilliant light of 1 billion stars. They do not twinkle here. They burn with a steady, silver intensity. And just ahead, rising out of the rock itself, is a silhouette. Massive stone walls, sloping roofs, the sanctuary, the monastery. It sits perfectly still on the edge of the world. A tiny, warm, amber light glows from a single high window, promising shelter from the cold. You have made the climb. You have left the world below. You are light. You are empty. You are ready to go inside. You stand at the summit of the stone path. The wind howls one final time, pulling at the heavy wool of your coat. But you do not mind the cold now, because the journey is over. Before you, rising out of the jagged mountain rock, is the sanctuary. The walls are sheer, sloping inward, built from massive blocks of dark gray stone. They look as immovable as the mountain itself. And set into the center of this great stone fortress is the entrance. The great bronze doors. They tower above you, twice the height of an ordinary door. They are not made of fragile wood. They are forged from solid metal, darkened by centuries of weather, kissed by a green patina of age. They are heavy with history. They are heavy with silence. Walk up to the threshold. The air here is thick with anticipation. Raise your hands slowly and place your palms flat against the metal. Touch. The bronze is freezing cold against your warm skin. It is a shocking, grounding sensation. It pulls your awareness entirely into your hands. Beneath your fingertips, you feel the deep, intricate carvings that cover the surface of the doors. Trace them blindly in the dark. They are endless knots, ancient geometric patterns with no beginning and no end. They represent the eternal, unbroken nature of time and the deep, looping cycles of rest. Let your chaotic thoughts become tangled in those endless knots and leave them there. Now, take a deep breath of the thin, starry air. Inhale. Lean your body weight forward into your hands. Exhale. Push. The doors do not yield easily. They do not swing open for the frantic, the rushed, or the anxious. They demand slow, deliberate, anchored intention. Push with your legs. Push with your center. And then they begin to move. As the massive doors part, they speak. A deep, resonant groan echoes from the ancient iron hinges. Gra. It is a profound, low-frequency sound. It is a vibration that you feel before you hear. It travels down the stone floor, up through the soles of your boots, and deep into your chest cavity. It shakes the bones of your ribs. It vibrates the last remaining pockets of tension hiding in your shoulders, shaking them loose like dust from a rug. It is the first sound of the chamber, an acoustic clearing of the air. The gap widens. You step through the heavy bronze frame. Step. The transition is instantaneous. It is absolute. Behind you is the freezing, rushing wind of the high altitude, snapping the prayer flags in the dark. But here inside the stone walls, the air is completely, beautifully still. It is heavier. It is warmer. Turn around. Place your hands on the inside of the bronze doors. It is time to close them. It is time to seal the world away. Lean your weight back and pull them shut. Watch the vertical sliver of the dark, star-lit sky narrow and narrow and disappear. Thud. The heavy metal latch falls into place. It is a sound of utter finality. It echoes briefly in the dark hall, and then the silence rushes in to fill the space. That thud is a boundary. It is a massive, impenetrable wall between you and the world you left below the clouds. You have locked the wind outside. You have locked the endless emails, the difficult conversations, the planning, and the rushing outside. They cannot open these doors. They are too heavy. They are too ancient. The waking world has absolutely no power here. It cannot reach you. Lean your back against the solid, cold bronze. You are safe. Close your eyes and breathe in the air of the entrance hall. It is a completely different atmosphere. The sharp, biting cold of the snow has vanished. Instead, your lungs fill with the dry, earthy scent of ancient cedar pillars, the smell of cold, polished stone, and the faint, sweet, lingering memory of burning juniper incense. It is the smell of a place that has been quiet for 1,000 years. Let the safety of this sealed fortress wash over your nervous system. Your body finally knows that the climb is done. The survival instinct, the need to keep moving, fades away completely. Your legs become incredibly heavy, as if the gravity inside the monastery is stronger. The adrenaline of your day drains completely out of your veins, pooling into the stone floor. It is replaced by a slow, warm, sluggish comfort. Your shoulders drop 2 full inches. Your jaw unclenches. Your tongue falls away from the roof of your mouth. You are standing in the dark. It is a heavy, velvet darkness that wraps around you like a thick woolen blanket. But it is not entirely black. Open your eyes slowly. Look down the vast, cavernous hall before you. Far in the distance, at the very end of the corridor, there is a flickering glow. It is golden. It is warm. It is waiting for you. There is no need to rush toward it. You can stand here against the doors for as long as you need, gathering your breath, soaking in the profound, ringing silence of a stone sanctuary built above the clouds. You are empty of the world, and you are ready for the light. You peel your back away from the heavy bronze doors. The cold metal releases you. You turn to face the long, cavernous corridor. It stretches out before you, paved with massive, uneven flagstones. At the far end, the darkness is pushed back by a soft, pooling light. It is calling to you. It is a beacon of profound, absolute safety. You begin to walk. Step. The sound of your heavy boots is swallowed by the sheer size of the stone hall. Step. You are moving deeper into the heart of the mountain, deeper into the quiet center of yourself. With every footfall, the air grows noticeably warmer. The biting chill of the high altitude is left far behind, locked outside the fortress walls. As you approach the end of the corridor, the source of the light reveals itself. You step through a wide, sweeping stone archway and into the main sanctuary, the chamber of 1,000 lamps. It is vast. The ceiling is lost in the heavy, velvet shadows above. Great wooden pillars, painted in deep, age crimson and faded gold, rise up to support the unseen roof. But you do not look up. You look out across the floor. Spread across the room, arranged on long, low, tiered wooden tables, are the lamps. Hundreds upon hundreds of them. They are small, heavy brass bowls, polished by generations of careful, devoted hands. Inside each bowl is a pool of golden, melted butter and a single floating cotton wick. And on each wick dances a tiny, perfect flame. The sheer volume of light is not blinding. It is incredibly soft. It is a rich, warm, amber-orange glow that bathes the entire room in a sunset that never ends. It reflects off the polished brass. It catches the faded gold leaf on the ancient pillars, making them shimmer in the dark. It paints your tired face with warmth. Breathe in the air of this chamber. Inhale. It is heavy, rich, and deeply comforting. you can smell the sweet, earthy scent of the melting butter. It is a grounding, nourishing smell that tells the body it is safe to rest. It mingles with the sharp, clean scent of ancient cedar wood and the faint, lingering spice of temple incense. It is the aroma of centuries of devotion. It is the scent of deep, unbroken peace. Exhale. Let the breath sink down into your belly. Walk slowly down the central aisle between the endless rows of light. The heat radiating from the 1,000 tiny fires wraps around you like a physical blanket. It seeps through your heavy coat. It warms your chest. It thaws the last remnants of the winter wind from your bones. Your muscles soften and yield to the warmth. The tension in your neck melts away, dripping down your spine and into the earth. Stop walking. Stand completely still in the center of the chamber. In the waking world, your eyes are constantly darting. They are bombarded by a million flashing lights, screens, moving objects, and chaotic colors. Your visual mind is exhausted. It is overstimulated and overworked. But here, there is only the gentle, rhythmic flutter of the butter lamps. Choose just one lamp from the hundreds before you. Let your eyes rest entirely on that single, tiny flame. Focus your whole awareness on its glowing, teardrop shape. Watch how it moves. It is not rigid. It sways slightly, side to side, as the warm air rises and falls in the vast room. But it does not go out. It is anchored completely to the heavy, dark wick. It dances, but it remains rooted in the center of the brass bowl. Let your mind become like that single flame. You do not need to freeze your thoughts completely. You do not need to be perfectly, rigidly still to find sleep. It is natural to sway. It is natural for a thought to rise, flicker, and fall back down. Just remain anchored. Root yourself in the heavy, warm wax of this present moment. When a worry tries to blow through your mind, let yourself bend with the wind, but do not let the light go out. Just return to the center. Return to the wick. As you stare at the small golden fire, your eyelids begin to feel incredibly heavy. The soft, flickering light is a visual lullaby. It tells your brain that the sun has gone down. It tells your nervous system that the work of the day is finished. The melatonin is rising in your blood like a slow, quiet tide. Your blinks are becoming longer. Your eyes want to stay closed. You feel a deep, irresistible urge to sit down, to lay your burdens on the stone floor, to surrender entirely to the warmth of the chamber. The 1,000 lamps stand watch over you. They are keeping the darkness at bay, so you do not have to. You are completely protected by the light. You are surrounded by the gentle, hypnotic pulse of 1,000 tiny suns. You are ready to find your place of rest. You leave the vast chamber of 1,000 lamps behind. The golden light softens as you step through a narrow stone doorway and into a smaller, more intimate side room. The air here is cooler, carrying the faint, clean scent of high-altitude rock and cold dust. The only light comes from a single butter lamp resting in the corner. It casts long, gentle shadows against the bare, curved stone walls. In the center of the room is a thick, woven cushion. It is made of dark red yak wool, heavy and dense. It is waiting for you. Lower yourself down onto the fabric. Sink. Cross your legs. Rest your hands gently in your lap. Feel the solid, unyielding floor beneath the cushion. You are grounded. You are held by the mountain. Sitting across from you in the dim light is a monk wrapped in heavy crimson robes. His face is lined with years of sun and wind, but his expression is entirely smooth. He is completely at peace. He does not look at you. He does not need to speak. His attention is focused entirely on the object resting on a silk ring before him. It is a Himalayan singing bowl. It is large, forged from ancient bronze, wide and deep. Its surface is not perfectly smooth. It bears the subtle, hammered marks of the artisan who made it centuries ago. It is an instrument designed not for music, but for resonance. It is designed to change the very air in the room. The monk picks up a wooden mallet. The striking end is wrapped in soft, worn leather. He holds it with relaxed, practiced hands. You close your eyes. You wait in the heavy silence. And then he strikes the side of the bowl. Bong. The sound is immense. It is not sharp or jarring. It is a deep, foundational tone. It bursts from the bronze and travels through the air like a physical wave. You do not just hear it with your ears. You feel it hit your body. It strikes your chest. It passes through your skin, moving deep into your rib cage. It vibrates against your breastbone. It shakes the air trapped in your lungs. Listen to the sound as it lingers. It does not vanish instantly like a word spoken in an empty room. It sustains. It decays with incredible slowness. It reverberates off the curved stone walls, wrapping around you, echoing back upon itself. Let that vibration shake loose the deep, stubborn pockets of tension in your body. The knots in your stomach, tightly wound by the stress of the day, are vibrating. They are being gently shaken apart by the pure frequency of the bronze. Before the first note can completely fade away, the monk moves the mallet again. This time, he does not strike the bowl. He presses the leather firmly against the outside rim and begins to drag it slowly in a perfect circle. Friction. Movement. At first, there is only a low, coarse whisper of wood against metal. But as he continues to circle the rim, the bowl begins to sing. Hum. The sound rises. It builds upon itself, a continuous, swelling, harmonic resonance. It is a perfect, unbroken circle of sound. It contains multitudes, a deep bass note anchoring the room, and higher, shimmering overtones that seem to dance in the air above your head. Your mind, which has been producing chaotic, jagged, rapid thoughts all day, is now being bathed in this perfect frequency. The jagged lines of your stress are being smoothed out by the heavy, rolling waves of the sound. Your brain waves are shifting. They are matching the slow, rhythmic pulse of the singing bowl, moving out of the frantic, waking state, slowing down into the gum, floating rhythm of alpha waves, drifting even deeper into the heavy, dreamlike state of theta. The monk continues to circle the rim. The sound is a physical blanket. It is thick. It is heavy. It fills every corner of the small stone chamber. There is no room left for your own internal dialogue. The voice of your anxiety cannot speak over the vibration of the bronze. It is drowned out completely. It is washed away in the endless circular tide of the singing bowl. Let yourself dissolve into the frequency. You are no longer a body sitting in a room. You are the sound. You are the vibration. You are a ripple moving outward through the dark, expanding into the infinite silence of the mountain night. The singing bowl has gone quiet. The deep, resonant vibration has faded back into the bronze, leaving behind a silence so pure it feels like heavy water. You are still sitting on the dark red yak wool cushion. Your breath is slow. Your heart is steady. The analytical part of your mind, the part that plans, worries, and organizes, is beginning to tire. It is looking for a place to rest. Turn your head slightly in the dim, golden light of the chamber. A few feet away from you is a low, flat, wooden platform. Resting upon it is a world of impossible, breathtaking detail. It is a sand mandala. For weeks, the monks of this high sanctuary have been leaning over this table, working in absolute silence, holding metal funnels, rubbing them with wood to create a tiny, vibrating release of crushed, colored stone. Grain by grain, breath by breath, they have built a universe out of sand. Walk closer to the table in your mind's eye. Look down at the vibrant colors glowing in the warm light of the butter lamp. Lapis lazuli blue, emerald green, deep ruby red, saffron yellow, bright, blinding white. The colors are completely pure because they are made of the earth itself. Look at the geometry. It is a masterpiece of focus and symmetry. An outer circle of fire meant to burn away ignorance. Inside that, a circle of lotus petals representing the opening of the heart. And inside that, a perfect, intricate square with 4 gates. Your waking mind loves to solve problems. It loves to trace lines, build structures, and find patterns. Tonight, do not fight that analytical mind. Give it this beautiful geometry to play with. Give it a safe, contained maze to wander through until it falls asleep. Let your eyes begin at the outer edge of the mandala. Trace the perfect, sweeping curve of the circle. Follow the line. It is unbroken. It is flawless. Now, move your focus inward to the square. Follow the straight, sharp edge of the colored sand. From the eastern gate to the southern gate. From the southern gate to the western gate. Notice how perfectly the grains align. There is no chaos here. There is only order. As you trace these geometric shapes, your wandering thoughts are corralled. They are pulled away from the messy, unresolved problems of your waking life and anchored to this perfect symmetry. You are walking the paths of the mandala. You are stepping through the colored gates. You are moving closer and closer to the center. And at the very center of the mandala, there is a single, tiny dot of pure white sand. It is the heart of the design. It is the place of absolute stillness. Let your awareness rest on that single white dot. Everything radiates outward from here. Everything returns here. Now, consider the most beautiful, liberating truth of this sand universe. It is not permanent. The monks did not spend weeks building this masterpiece to keep it. They did not build it to frame it, or sell it, or hold on to it forever. They built it to practice letting go. When the rituals are finished, they will take a small brush. They will start at the outer edge, and they will sweep all of those perfect lines, all of those vibrant colors, into a single swirling pile of gray, dust. They will sweep away the universe they just built, and they will pour the sand into a flowing river, letting it return to the earth. Think of your day today. You spent hours building your own mandala. You worked hard. You organized your time. You arranged the colorful, complicated pieces of your life. You did your best to make it perfect. But the day is done now. The sun has set. The mountain is dark. It is time to take the brush. Imagine sweeping away the events of today, the conversations, the emails, the tasks, the stresses. Sweep them into a pile. Brush, brushed, brush. Watch the sharp edges of your day blur and mix together until they are just soft, gray sand. You do not need to hold on to any of it. It was beautiful. It was difficult. It was yours. But it is over. Let the river of the night carry it away. As the sand is swept clean, the wooden table is left empty. Your mind is left empty. You are completely unburdened, crossing the threshold into a deep, mythic slumber. There is nothing left to build. There is nothing left to fix. There is only the quiet breath, the dark room, and the heavy, pulling gravity of the mountain. The wooden table is bare. The colorful universe of sand has been swept away, returned to the great flow of the world. Your mind is like that empty table now, swept clean, unburdened, ready to receive the dark. You are sitting in the dim light of the side chamber, enveloped in a profound, heavy silence. But in this high mountain sanctuary, the silence is never truly empty. It is a waiting silence. From deep within the belly of the monastery, a new sound begins to rise. It starts so low that at first you do not hear it with your ears. You feel it. It begins as a faint tremor in the massive stone blocks beneath you, like the slow, distant grinding of tectonic plates deep within the earth. It is the night chant, the guyuka, the deep throat singing of the monks gathered together in the main hall for the final meditation of the day. It is not a melody. There are no high, distracting notes for your waking mind to follow. There is no complex rhythm to analyze. It is a continuous, guttural, subterranean drone. It is a single, endlessly sustained chord made of human voices, yet it sounds like the mountain itself is breathing. 3 notes produced simultaneously from a single throat, a sound of impossible depth. Listen as the vibration travels down the long, dark stone corridors. It slips under the heavy wooden door of your chamber. It moves through the woven yak wool cushion beneath you. And then it enters your body. Focus your awareness on your chest. As the low chant echoes through the room, feel your rib cage begin to resonate in sympathy. It is a deeply physical sensation, a gentle, internal trembling. In the waking world, stress and anxiety live right here, in the center of the chest. They tighten the lungs. They grip the heart. They make the breath shallow and fast. But this low-frequency vibration acts as a deep, sonic massage. It reaches into the places you cannot consciously relax. It vibrates against the vagus nerve, sending a powerful, undeniable signal of safety to your entire nervous system. It shakes loose the deeply buried, stubborn knots of tension that you have carried all day. Rumble, resonate, release. Let the chant do the heavy lifting for you. You do not need to try to relax anymore. You do not need to force the tension out. You only need to sit perfectly still and let the heavy sound wash through you. The chant breathes like a single, massive organism, a slow, tidal inhale of the entire choir, and then a long, impossibly deep exhale. Let your own breath fall into this ancient, glacial rhythm. It is slower than you are used to. It is the pace of a sleeping bear, the pace of a winter forest. Inhale. Draw in the cool, still air of the chamber. Exhale. Let your collarbones drop. Let your chest sink into the vibration. With every exhalation, you are sinking deeper into the heavy red cushion. Your physical boundaries are blurring. You are becoming part of the sound. Your brain waves are entangling with these low, rolling frequencies. The active, buzzing, frantic beta waves of your daytime mind have been completely flattened. They are being replaced by the slow, heavy, rolling ocean swells of theta waves. You are hovering right on the borderline of sleep. The conscious mind is shutting down its defenses, surrendering to the overwhelming gravity of the chant. There is a profound comfort in knowing you are not alone in the dark. Down the hall, the monks are keeping watch. Their voices are a protective blanket, woven from breath and vibration, thrown over the entire monastery. They are carrying the weight of the world, so you do not have to. They are holding the silence, so you can safely fall into it. The sound wraps around your shoulders. It pools in your lap. It anchors you to the mountain, and it anchors you to the earth. The vibration is pulling you down, down, down into the heavy, thoughtless dark. You are ready to lie back. You are ready to let the cold mountain air bring you the final gift of the night. The deep, guttural vibration of the night chant has done its work. It has shaken the tension from your chest. It has smoothed the frantic waves of your mind into slow, heavy swells. You are sitting in the dim, golden light, but you are no longer holding yourself up. Gravity is pulling at your shoulders. Your spine is tired. It is time to surrender to the mountain. Slowly, without breaking the heavy silence of the chamber, you unfold your legs from the red woolen cushion. Behind you, laid out on the smooth flagstones, is a thick bed of woven blankets. Lower yourself down. Sink. Let your back find the solid, unyielding floor. It is not soft, but it is incredibly supportive. It is the foundation of the monastery. It is a stone that has not moved in 1,000 years, and it will hold you securely through the night. Reach down and pull the topmost blanket over your body. It is made of thick, dark yak wool. It is heavy. Pull it up to your chin. Feel the profound, comforting weight of it pressing down on your chest, your stomach, your legs. This weight is a signal to your nervous system. It mimics the feeling of being held. It tells your body that you are completely safe, completely hidden, and protected from the elements outside. Beneath the heavy wool, your core begins to generate a deep, radiant warmth. You are a small, safe ember glowing in the dark. But to achieve the deepest, most restorative sleep, the body must not only be safe, it must cool down. The fires of the waking day must be banked. The internal temperature must drop. And the mountain is ready to give you this final gift. Look up. High above you, set into the thick, sloping stone wall of the chamber, is a single, narrow window. It is deeply recessed. There is no glass. It is open just a crack to the infinite night sky. Through that narrow slit, you can see the deep indigo of the stratosphere and the hard, silver light of a single, brilliant star. And through that slit flows the breath of the snow. It is a tiny, steady stream of freezing, pure mountain air. It slips into the warm, heavy atmosphere of the chamber. It falls silently through the dark, and it touches your face. Cool, crisp, clean. Feel the breathtaking contrast. Your body is incredibly heavy and warm beneath the woven wool. You are anchored to the earth, but your face, your forehead, your cheeks, they are being bathed in the freezing, thin air of the peaks. It is the most perfect, refreshing sensation. It cools the skin around your eyes, soothing the tired muscles that have focused on screens and tasks all day. It moves across your forehead, physically cooling the active, overthinking front of your brain. It is as if the mountain is placing a cool, damp cloth over your brow. Take a slow breath through your nose. Inhale. Draw that freezing, pure air deep into your warm lungs. It tastes of snow, crushed rock, and starlight. It lowers your internal temperature, degree by degree. Your heart rate slows down even further, adapting to the cold, entering a state of deep metabolic rest. You are hibernating. You are becoming one with the slow, frozen time of the glaciers outside. Exhale. Let the warm air leave your body, carrying the last traces of the day's heat and friction up toward the ceiling. As you lie there, breathing the snow, you notice the light in the chamber is changing. The single butter lamp resting in the corner is reaching the end of its life. The golden pool of melted butter has been consumed. The tiny flame is dancing lower and lower on the wick. It flickers. The shadows on the curved stone walls stretch and lean over you, pulling the darkness closer. You do not need to keep your eyes open to watch it fade. Let your heavy eyelids fall shut. Close. Even behind your closed eyes, you can sense the light dimming in the room. The amber glow against your eyelids is softening, turning to a deep, bruised purple, and then, slowly, into a soft, velvety black. Flicker. Fade. The last lamp goes out. The visual world is completely gone. There is only the heavy weight of the wool. There is only the deep, echoing vibration of the chant fading into the stone. And there is the cool, crisp breath of the snow brushing against your cheek. You are balanced perfectly on the edge of the void. You are ready to let go completely. The light is gone. The visual world has been completely erased. You are lying in the center of the ancient stone chamber, wrapped tightly in the heavy, dark wool of the yak blanket. The room is plunged into a perfect, velvety blackness. But it is not a hollow or frightening darkness. It is a darkness full of rest. It is the darkness of a deep, high-altitude cave, a place where the chaotic noise of the modern world has never and will never reach. Listen closely to the silence. The low, guttural vibration of the night chant has slowly faded away. The monks have finished their evening prayers. They have returned to the absolute stillness of the mountain. The deep, rolling frequency of the bronze singing bowl has been absorbed entirely by the massive stone blocks beneath you. There is no more sound for your brain to process. There is no more rhythm for you to follow. There is only the great, ringing emptiness of the stratosphere. In the waking world, emptiness can sometimes feel lonely. It can feel like something is missing, like a puzzle with lost pieces. But here, at the very edge of the sky, emptiness is the ultimate goal. It is the final destination of your journey. Only when the cup is completely empty can it finally be filled with sleep. Only when the room is cleared of all its furniture can it finally be at peace. Feel the physical boundaries of your body begin to gently dissolve. You have been holding yourself together all day. You have rigidly defined where you end and where the rest of the world begins. But in this perfect, pitch-black silence, you do not need to hold those boundaries anymore. Your heavy, exhausted limbs are melting into the woven wool beneath you. Your spine is sinking into the immovable foundation of the monastery floor. You are no longer a separate, isolated person lying in a dark room. You are becoming the room itself. You are becoming the ancient stone. Think of the massive mountain outside. It does not worry about the changing weather. It does not rush to meet the morning sun. It simply exists. It sits in the freezing, star-lit air, perfectly anchored to the center of the earth. Let your mind become exactly like that mountain. Massive, unshakable, profoundly still. Any remaining stubborn thoughts that try to blow across your mind are just like the dry snow being whipped around the jagged peaks outside. They are incredibly light. They are temporary. They might touch the surface, but they cannot move the rock. They cannot disturb your deep, heavy, grounded center. You are breathing the freezing, pure air from the high window. Inhale, the pure void. Exhale, the final release. Your breath is so slow now, so shallow. It is barely a whisper in the dark. You are entering the state of deep, restorative hibernation. The active, buzzing electricity of your waking brain has been entirely shut off. The slow, heavy ocean swells of delta waves have taken over completely. There are no images left for you to see. There are no complicated stories left for you to tell. There is only the vast, silent geometry of the dark. You are suspended in the perfect weightlessness of the high altitude. You are floating above the clouds. The world below you is completely cut off. The heavy bronze doors are sealed tight against the wind. No one will ask anything of you until the sun rises. And the sun is very, very far away. There is only the quiet, endless night. Let go of the last tiny thread of awareness. Let it slip effortlessly through your heavy fingers. You do not need to stay awake to guard yourself anymore. The mountain is guarding you. The ancient walls are protecting you. The silence is holding you safely in its vast, invisible hands. You are entering a realm where time has stopped entirely. A place of infinite, unbothered rest. Drift now into the deepest part of the void. Down, down, down. The echoes of the bronze bowls have faded into the mountain rock. The 1,000 lamps have flickered out, leaving only the memory of warmth on the wick. You are as light as the silk prayer flags snapping in the wind. You are as steady as the jagged peak against the stars. And you are as quiet as the falling snow. The path is gone. The heavy bronze doors are closed. The journey is done. You are not the seeker anymore. You are the silence. Sleep now in the heart of the mountain.